a father who perished alongside his two sons, mother-in-law and sister-in-law when his car slipped off a pier was more than 3 times the legal drink-drive limit, an inquest has heard. Sean MC Grotti, 46, was behind the wheel of his Audi Q7 Jeep when it slid off a treacherous slipway in Bookerore, Donegal, and sunk beneath the waters of the Lochs Willie. With him in the car were his sons Mark, 11, and 8-year-old Evan, his mother-in-law Ruth Daniels, 57, and her 14-year-old daughter Jodie Lee Tracy, all of whom died. Sean MC Grotti, back left, and his sons Mark, 12, and Evan, 8, pictured front, died when the Audi they were in plunged off a pier and into the water. Their baby sister Rio Aghakan, pictured with their mother Louise James, who was not involved in the crash, survived. Ms. James' mother Ruth Daniels, 57, left, and Ms. Dale's teenage daughter Jodie Lee Tracy, 14, right, also died. His 4-month-old daughter Rio Aghakan was the sole survivor after being plucked to safety by a hero bypasser. Today, at an inquest into the 5 deaths, consultant pathologist Drive Katrina Dillon told the coroner that Mr. MC Grotti's blood alcohol level was 159 milliliters per 100 milliliters of blood when he died. The legal limit is 50 milliliters. David Walsh, 28, pictured today outside the inquest, rescued a 4-month-old baby from a sinking car when 5 other members of her family drowned inside. But, on cross-examination, Drive Dillon said she could not say how that level of alcohol would have impaired Mr. MC Grotti, because it would depend on whether he was habitual or accustomed. Earlier in the inquest, David Walsh, who saved the 4-month-old girl from the tragedy, told how he desperately tried to rescue the newborn's brother as the tragedy unfolded. Mr. Walsh had been walking near the pier when he saw the car sinking below the water. Without a moment's hesitation, he stripped down to his underwear, diving into the water and swimming towards the vehicle in an attempt to rescue those inside. As he battled to avert tragedy, Mr. Walsh managed to pull Rio Aghakan to safety, after Mr. MC Grotti passed her out through the smashed driver's window. But today, in evidence, Mr. Walsh described how he had also tried to save one of the other children who was screaming for help inside the Jeep. Tragically, as he attempted to haul the boy to safety, the child's foot got caught in the car. Mr. Walsh was then forced to let go of the boy's hand to ensure he was also not pulled under. It is not known which of the 2 boys he was trying to save. Describing the harrowing ordeal, Mr. Walsh said, "I reached in and grabbed the wee boy. I tried to pull him out but he seemed to get stuck on something. Just as I was trying to pull him out of the car, the water rushed in and I had to let go. I had to let go because I was struggling as hard as I could to avoid getting sucked into the water." The father climbed back into the car, looked back at me and said, "Save my baby." The water gushed in and the car went under the water. Mr. Walsh had been out with his girlfriend Stephanie Knox after playing football for his team Fard United when she spotted the car in the water. The tragic brothers are pictured with their sister, who survived when her father passed her out of the car window to a hero who jumped in the water to try and save them all.